since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the views so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. Checking out the latest release from the special release series from Modern Times. I'll just be the first one to say this is Underworld Dreams. This is probably my favorite beer can ever. That is absolutely freaking amazing. That just screams 80s disco. It reminds me of the 1984 Padres uniforms. Modern Times absolutely slays when it comes to can art, merchandise, everything. Speaking of, I'll show you my glassware in a second. Underworld Dreams, they did a pilot batch of this a couple months ago. I got a growler fill of it. It was a league-only growler fill. I didn't review it just because it was only on tap at the brewery, and unless you lived close to San Diego and you could go to the brewery, you wouldn't be able to have it. So I was like, there's no sense in reviewing this because there's plenty of people who couldn't get it. Now that they've canned it, figured I would put a review up, talk about it, give my thoughts in case you were thinking of trading for it. So really, really fun beer. There's hops in here that I'm not familiar with, so really, really excited about that. It's hopped with Southern Passion, Idaho 7, HBC 344. I don't know anything about those hops. And then there's some Amarillo and Simcoe. So when I got this on draft and I got a growler fill of it, I really, really liked it. And I was extremely excited when they said they were going to can it. So yeah, this comes on the, what was the last, they just did Mage Hand, which was a special release that they did. That beer was awesome. I didn't do a review of it. But a lot of people lost their mind over it. They were upset with Modern Times because Modern Times had said it was a hazy beer, and it was a hazy beer. It was hazy for West Coast style IPA, but it wasn't a crazy murky New England style looking beer. So people were furious with them, just talking a bunch of shit about the beer and just completely overlooking that the beer was awesome. It just wasn't exactly what people had it, like what their thoughts of the beer was supposed to be. So they just shit all over that beer for no reason. I sent that to a couple friends, and everyone who I sent that beer to enjoyed it. So I enjoyed it. It was really, really good. Modern Times makes excellent, excellent beers. I've said it every time I've reviewed a Modern Times beer. If you are anywhere in the San Diego area, it behooves you to go to that brewery. It is the coolest brewery in San Diego. They just finished their cafe, so there's all kinds of coffee stuff now. They have a merchandise like store area, which is awesome. And then the brewery is just amazing. It's full of comic books on the walls. The bar is made up of old like library books. There's a wall made up of Post-it notes that's Michael Jackson. So easily the coolest brewery in San Diego. So if you guys are anywhere in the area, make the trip, go to Modern Times, sit and drink their beer. If you have a friend who's a league member, you can go and drink special beers off of a special menu. It's an awesome experience. So enough of that. This is an IPA. It is 6.2% alcohol by volume. And yeah, they just released this. It was canned. By the way, I can't take credit for this, but you can see that they are now dating the bottoms of their cans. I had said in a couple videos, they were dating like the little edge of the can, and it was never legible. And I was just like, please date the bottom of the can, please date the bottom of the can. And they used to do that. I don't know why they went away from that, and they're doing it again. So not taking credit for that, but if anyone from Modern Times watches this, props to you guys for doing that because it's easily legible. Now this was canned on October 19th, so today's the 24th. So it's what, 4 days old, 5 days old. You guys know I'm not a stickler for having to drink hoppy beers really, really fresh, but I just picked these up, so I figured I would do a review on it. And this will be the glassware that we're using, which is fucking fire. It's a stemless glass from Modern Times. They had this when I went down to pick the cans up, so I was like, you know what, I'm buying that. So yeah, enough rambling. Let's get into the beer, shall we? And yeah, this one's a haze bomb. This one's definitely hazier than Mage Hand. I can smell that already. But what was the other? Shoot, what was the one before this? Attack Frequency. It kind of looks like that. Super hazy. It looks like grapefruit. It legitimately looks like grapefruit juice. It's that just pale yellow, about a half a finger, a bright white head, really, really fluffy, pillowy. It looks absolutely sexy in that glassware. So, like I said, it's always fun to check out new hops. I feel like sometimes when I have beers that I know that the hops you get, and maybe others are guilty of this too, you kind of have like this preconceived notion of what you're going to smell and taste, and I think your brain automatically goes to that. Southern Passion, Idaho 7, and HBC 344. Don't know anything about them, so let's go and see what she smells like. It reminds me of Galaxy hops, very tropical fruity, and it's got that bubblegummy. It reminds me of smelling green for the first time, that juicy fruit bubblegum thing. But it's juice. It's just like a smoothie. It's fruit juice. It's pineapples and peaches and mangoes and papaya. And then you get, it reminds you it's a West Coast beer. You get that pithy orange and grapefruit. Like, it's not bitter. You don't really smell bitterness, but it's that pithy grapefruit orange peel. Smells awesome. I mean, 6.2%, you're not smelling booze. And there's not really much of a malt presence. It's basically just, it's juice. This is very much, if people who are watching this were upset or offended by Mage Hand, this is probably the beer that you were looking for. It is a total juice bomb. It almost has, we talked about it, I can't remember, it was a microphone beer. That kind of, my kids eat them. They're those, like that, it's that vitamin thing, that tropical fruit. If you ever had Flintstone vitamins, this has a little bit of that. I don't know what hops that's. I don't know why that happens. I don't know if it's the yeast or whatever, but it smells killer. So let's go and check it out. Cheers. Yeah, this is fucking awesome. This is so good. I will say though, and much like with monkish beers, Modern Times is West Coast at heart. It keeps it West Coast. On the middle of my tongue is like biting into a grapefruit peel or an orange peel. You get that awesome bitterness. And for me, I've talked about it a couple times recently, just kind of getting juiced out of beers. You're just kind of, it's too juicy. It doesn't taste like beer. This reminds you that it's beer, but you're getting that awesome balance of a juice bomb and that dank kind of West Coast thing. This is killer. So easy drinking. Right up front, you're hit with tropical fruits. It's mangoes, peaches, like papaya, guava. Really, really just, I always say that. Think of like tropical island fruits that you would drink, like in a fruit punch kind of a thing. And then it just transitions from all the tropical fruit right in the middle of your tongue. You get hit with an awesome bitterness. I don't know the IBUs on this. It doesn't say it on the can, but you get that pithy, rindy, grapefruit orange thing. It's dank, it's grassy, it's earthy, kind of just digs into your tongue for a second, and then it finishes really, really clean. It just finishes juicy again. A killer balanced. It's not a hop bomb. It's really hoppy, but it's also really juicy. So it's a perfect balance between New England style and West Coast style. I'm gonna guess that if you're in New England and you trade for this beer, you're probably gonna nitpick the mouthfeel. It's not that crazy chewy mouthfeel, but it's plenty full. It's really, really good. It's got a nice long finish. Those flavors kind of sit on your tongue for a while. It's an awesome beer. Very, very well made. And extremely, extremely delicious. Really easy drinking. 6%, you can have a couple. You're not going to be hammered. This is world class for me. One of my favorite Modern Times beers. So I've been going back and forth if I'm going to keep giving numeric grades. I probably will. It was awesome hearing feedback from you guys on that last video that I posted. A lot of people like scores, and a lot of people really don't care about scores. So I'll probably continue just to score beers at the end, but I'd rather just talk about them and give my thoughts on them. This is fantastic. If you're on the fence about trading for this, absolutely do it. I would recommend this to anybody who's into juicy hoppy IPAs. This is a perfect balance of that. So, and the can art is amazing. If you don't keep this empty can in your collection, you're insane. That can is fucking fantastic. So, that is Underworld Dreams. It is world class. Amazing hop berms. One of my favorite West Coast hoppy beers. If I'm giving a numeric rating, like I said, it's world class, 97, 98, somewhere up there. One of the top tier beers in San Diego. So awesome stuff. Like I said, if you can get your hands on it, definitely trade for it. I've got some friends I will be sending these to, so I hope you guys enjoy them. So I am out of here, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Cheers.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.